Which heroes and squads should you include when you build your Heroscape collection? Do you focus on unit synergies? Are you all about the theme? Or are you just ready to refresh your set with the Embers of War? We're featuring 19 new miniatures from the 5th wave of the Age of Annihilation here on Legendary Tactics. Gastel, you're a huge fan of this game, and I really appreciate you being here today to help walk me through some of what's going on in this set.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this wave.
Awesome. Okay, so by the end of the video, we will share with you, of all of these characters, which are the ones that you and I are the most excited about. There's quite a variety of options here.
There's lots to choose from, for sure.
And thank you also to Renegade Games for providing us with review samples of all of these expansions. So we've got 4 different ones that we'll highlight here. All right, Gastel, where would you like to start?
I'd love to start with some pirates. Here we have the Crimson Widow and the Dreadnots of Carroway Cavern. The Crimson Widow is a pirate commander allowing benefits to pirate units, and she gets to hire a pirate crew, taking any other unit and adding the pirate keyword. This allows all pirates to increase their melee attack by 1 if they're within range, and she also has this really cool ability called Midnight Raid, which allows last-minute repositioning of the pirates.
Okay, and then we've got the pirates themselves.
And the pirates themselves. These miniatures really capture the theme of piracy. They're anthropomorphic, but they feel to me like sort of Pirates of the Caribbean, Davy Jones' Locker, that sort of thing.
Nice, just the thugs who are like using their hammers and mallets and everything.
That's right. They get more defense if they're near their captain, and they also allow the captain to have extra turns when they take a turn. But they also have a really cool ability called Mortal Blow. They do their attack roll, and any wound that gets through allows them to roll another die, and for every skull that's rolled the second time, you add a wound. So they get to roll 3 dice. If, say, they rolled all 3 skulls, and you defended only 1 of them, that's 2 wounds. But now they get to roll 2 more dice, hoping for more skulls that you can't even defend against.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It sounds like these guys complement the already existing pirate squads from Age of Annihilation. And so if a player really likes the pirate theme, she's going to convert, almost create like a zombie pirate squad, a custom-made pirate squad.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, next up we take a magical turn with the Heroes of Arborious. And this is a big one. We've got 5 heroes to cover.
Absolutely. And you could add them to your army either individually, or they might make an interesting vanguard for a magic-based army.
Okay. And the Arborious suggests they're tree critters, they're sort of beast powers?
Beast and tree powers, absolutely. So we start this set with Vrono the Brambletooth. He's a thorny beast with sharp thorns. Moral of the story is, don't walk near this guy.
Okay, how come?
Well, if you walk near him, your movement may be stopped, your attack will be suppressed, and you may even suffer a wound.
Okay, he's actually pretty cheap here. This guy's only 45 points, so why would you want him as opposed to this guy who looks like he's fairly similar?
Well, let me get to Garusha, the Grove Keeper. Double the points, so more money, but adds the ability to command beasts with that thorny snare, exactly the same as Vrono, but when attacking can have a reach of 2 spaces. But then another beautiful addition, if he's near a tree or bush, he can heal himself a wound at the end of his turn.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Okay, next up we've got Marichot the Mind Whisperer, and something I noticed with these characters, they've got this really cool detail, like she's got snakes for hair there.
Yeah.
So sweet, but tell me about Marichot.
Well, has the same beast control as Garusha has, but also only has an attack of 1, which doesn't sound great, but has this ability called the Staff of Kuruprian, which causes 2 automatic skulls, which ends up being better than 3 dice because you're only risking 1 die, you're guaranteed 2 skulls with every attack.
And we give no guarantees of proper pronunciation in this video too.
Well, they're all made up words, so
That's true,
they can
yeah.
be pronounced any way you want.
That's very true. What else do we have here?
And then has an interesting ability as well, Marichot's Whisper, where you can take temporary control of a hero and from your opponent and have them attack your opponent.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. So next up, Channa the Zenith Wing, and I was noticing that this character is particularly cheap, 30 points. So what purpose do they serve?
Basically a flying hospital for wizard type units, and is also a beast, which works well with some of these other units that have beast control.
And shall we move along to, this is the big deal. Notice the miniature is not even touching the ground.
Yeah,
it's floating there.
And if you turn the cape around, the cape looks alive. Like
Oh, that's cool.
it's really neat. It's really neat.
So tell me about this one, Halichot, Corruptor of Beasts.
Well, it has that beast control that a few of the other wizards had, but this one allows them to control 2 beasts, and they can be small, medium, and large. So if you have a beast type army, going to be a great leader of your troop.
Awesome. So people who are into nature would probably enjoy this one very much.
Right. Also has a ranged attack and counters beast attack. So if your opponent has beasts, then you could defend against them.
Okay, so you can calm them down. So overall, this one, you might choose it for its theme.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be a vanguard for a beast themed army, or you can choose them individually based upon their specific abilities.
Right, and movement control is something else that these guys are really, especially these guys
those
here.
two guys, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool feature. So our next set is the Krakenling and Gelry Vanguards army, and these guys have a completely different aesthetic. Let's just rotate the board. What's next?
So we're talking about the Gelry Vanguards. This is a squad of 4, and look at their miniatures.
Yeah, we got some really cool stuff. So we've got a Van Brace,
Yep.
is that right?
Yeah.
And that's sort of like this carapace shell thing and some sort of like turbo booster on its back. This guy's got a conch for a helmet. This guy's blowing on one. I've got the conch.
Yeah, maybe calling more to his cause.
Yes. Yeah. And this guy has this beautiful breastplate made out of a shell.
Yeah.
So kind of a neat little, and the aesthetic on these guys is so different.
Well, and the tridents really pull them together as a unit. I mean, the wings do as well, but there are other winged units. The tridents really make them stand out.
A little bit fishy. So tell me about their powers then.
Well, they move both fierce and unfathomable characters, just sort of like a pirate crew gets to move their pirate captain. They get to have a pirate captain as well, sort of. They also are very good in water, gaining 2 defense dice while in water, and even better, they move through water as if it's land.
Okay, so who's next?
Well, then we have the unfathomable Krakenling, which, if you look at the model, it's stunning.
This is gorgeous. And basically, this is the mullet of the set. So you've got the business in the front and the party at the back.
That's right, that's right. And when he moves, he actually warps rather than moving. And after he's warped, he swaps with an adjacent figurine, allowing him to penetrate into an army's back line very quickly. He also gets to attack up to 3 times in a turn, and he also can swim like the Gelry Vanguard.
That's awesome. And he's got these flailing tentacles, which I love just the aesthetic of this guy.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's such a nice contrast.
Well, I like the biology of the shell counterpointed by the sort of the metallic sort of
yeah,
spine.
you can see him like sucking all this stuff inside and then like rolling around. But
yeah.
I guess he warps, so that doesn't really, he doesn't really need those spades on top.
Absolutely.
But Lovecraft would be all over this guy. When would you say that this set would be particularly effective?
Well, if you are building an aquatic based army, obviously this would be a great addition, and it pairs well with some of the units that were previously available in the Wellspring box.
Mm-hmm. Really nice contrast in the aesthetic there for sure. And finally, we have the Great Bow Archers and the Scions of Icaria.
These squads are both common, meaning you can add multiple copies of them. First, the Great Bow Archers scale their attack as range increases. That's all it is.
So these guys are going to be standing at the back of the army, launching these awesome longbows.
Absolutely, and they have range 7, meaning they can attack from probably more than a move away.
Right, okay. 80 points. Not too bad to add some depth to your army that way.
Absolutely. I definitely think I might be saving some room in my army for these guys.
Okay, and then the Scions of Icaria. It's funny that these two are paired together, but tell me about these guys.
Well, the Scions of Icaria are basically dragons, and the miniatures are unique. They're all the same figure sort of thing for game wise, but this guy's got a little
Hamlet.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, right? And this guy's eating a little squirrel or something like that. Maybe a frog.
It might be that fellow we lost from the other set.
The Tanuki Trickster?
Tanuki Trickster,
Tanuki,
yes.
That's right, Trickster.
That's right.
Absolutely. Well, the Scions of Icaria, they cleave to the mighty, allows them to take extra turns with their chosen liege. Just like Pirate King, same sort of thing, but they have quite a wide variety of lieges that they can pick. They also have Draconic Breath, which allows them to have a ranged attack, and they fly. And I found it quite humorous. They're pompous.
Okay, they're really saucy dragons.
That's right. That's right.
That is awesome. So, who would you say that this set would appeal to then?
Well, a coward. Well,
right, because you can hide at the back.
Kidding, not kidding. Seriously, the other 3 boxes have a unified theme, but this one has 2 rather distinct elements. The dragons are flexible, and the archers add range and function as artillery.
Awesome. So we have the most important part of the video is which of these characters do we like the best? So on the count of 3, I say we both point to whichever of these appeals to us most.
I don't know if I can pick in 3, but okay, I got it.
You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
the same. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. We knew it.
Definitely. I might need to get an extra box of these guys to add to my army, because I don't think I just want 2. I'd like to have 4. I can only activate 2 on a turn, but it would allow me, because that's the common rule, but it would allow me to absorb some miniature losses without reducing the unit strength.
Let's be real too. There's 2 reasons people choose Heroscape characters. One is how do they look, and the other is what are their powers.
Yes,
and for
true.
me, these are the coolest looking guys out of the box. They're just absolutely striking.
I have to say there are a few that, you know, Halchot, the Corruptor of Beasts.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Scepter, yeah.
Yeah, this wave, I was very impressed with the miniatures at large.
Gorgeous. Well, thank you for breaking down all these characters for us. Now get out there.
Get gaming
And be legendary.